अहिले हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी आउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier home.
THI Home Appliances presents Nepal ko Vishwa Cup Yatra, powered by Panchakanya Steel and Asian Paints Smart Care Dam Proof.
लाइभ ठ्याक्कै अड्किएको छ.
THI Home Appliances presents Nepal ko Vishwa Cup Yatra, powered by Panchakanya Steel and Asian Paints Smart Care Dam Proof. Matra Kantipur Max र हाम्रा डिजिटल प्लेटफर्महरुमा. An ED Release Initiative. Title Sponsor.
DHI Happier Home. छुट्टै छ है.
Powered by
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल.
चिल्लो प्लास्टर मात्र गरेको बाहिरी भित्तामा एसियन पेन्ट्स ड्याम प्रुफ लगाइहाल्नुहोस्.
in association with
Can't wait, won't wait. Some feast dog fantasy.
मेरो मोबाइलमा चल्छ यी सेवा.
energized by
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौँ.
co-sponsored by
पैसा पठाउँ ठाउँको ठाउँ फोन पे डिरेक्ट. नगद छोडौँ फोन पे गरौँ.
ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मेरो पहिलो रोजाइ.
NS चिन्ह प्राप्त शुद्ध दोरीको तेल धारा.
मुठ चाहिन्छ मुठ.
हत्तेरी
हिमालयन ब्याग. माउन्टेन ड्यू डोरको अगाडि जित्छ. यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला. यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको
पर्फर्मेन्स
शहंशाह.
राम्रो थियो.
DHI हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी आउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier home.
दिपेन्द्र रोहित अरू चाहिँ अलिकति टिकेका थिए.
फलामको शक्ति र गुणले भरिएको
स्पिन
प्राइम
बलिङलाई
बिलेटबाट
चाहिँ
बनेको आकारमा
किर्तनले चाहिँ
अनि
एकदम
दौडमा
धराशयी बनाएका थिए.
गुणस्तरमा उत्कृष्ट हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड
उहाँको
पञ्चकन्या
भुटेलमा
500 XT.
नआएको
पञ्चकन्या स्टिल.
अब बाँकीले कसरी
मैले सब
पर्फर्मेन्स
मापदण्ड
दिन्छन्
पुरा
आफ्नो
गरी गजबको घर
त्यसैमा डिपेन्ड हुन्छ नेपालको
एकदम पछि
चाहिँ
मात्र थाहा पाएँ. मैले त
सम्पूर्ण
आफ्नो घर
गेम.
इन्कम्प्लिट नै छाडेछु. तर मसँग अब
लक्ष्य
एसियन
ठुलो छ,
पेन्ट्स ड्याम
लक्ष्य धेरै छ.
प्रुफ जसले
हेरौँ
मेरा
अब
यी सब
कसरी
समस्या समाधान
खेल्छन्.
गरी मेरो इन्कम्प्लिट घरलाई कम्प्लिट गर्छ. त्यसैले चिल्लो प्लास्टर मात्र गरेको बाहिरी भित्तामा एसियन पेन्ट्स ड्याम प्रुफ लगाइहाल्नुहोस्.
Let me treat you with something special.
आज आसिफको छ. आसिफपछि मेबी रोहितले पनि हान्न सक्छन्. सँगै बिन सार्की पनि आशा नै छन्. उनले पनि टिकेर खेल्ने प्लेयर हुन्. दिपेन्द्र त भइहाल्यो.
Can't wait, won't wait. Some feast dog fantasy.
बलिङको लागि मेन आजको टिम बलिङको लागि चाहिँ मेन बनेको टिम थियो. जस्ता सोमपाल कामी हाम्रो करण केसी जस्ता हस्तीहरू थिए. त्यही पनि बलिङमा त्यति राम्रो पर्फर्मेन्स दिन सकेन. स्पिनर पनि थियो, पेसर पनि थियो. त्यो हुँदा पनि बलिङमा चाहिँ अलिकति नेपाल चुक्यो. मुख्य निकोलस
भाग्यले जहिले
क्युटनले
साथ
गर्दा
दिएला
चाहिँ
या नदिएला तर
उनको
ई सेवा लाइफ केयरले
विस्फोटक
दिनेछ
ब्याटिङले
स्टार्टिङ
गर्दा
जस्ट
चाहिँ
रुपिस
नेपालको
760
बलमा
a
चाहिँ
year get
अलिकति
coverage up to 5.3 lakhs
धराशय
download ई
हुनुभयो
सेवा
नत्र
app and secure your
एज अ
future
होल
today
टिम नेपालले राम्रैसँग टिकाएर खेलिरहेको थियो
तपाईको असली एनर्जी असली मेरो
क्याप्टेनले चाहिँ कप्तानी पारी खेल्नुपर्नेछ
मात्र ओरिजिनल सबैभन्दा जोसिलो तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजो
म्याच त सुरु हुन निकै गाह्रो छ जस्तो लाग्यो एडै एड आएर यस्तो निकै भइरहेछ होला एडले निकै
पैसा जति सबै फोन पे
सतायो
बाट
एडले
सिधै बैंक खातामा गएपछि म त ढुक्क
कति बताए?
450
In terms of the fielding, incredible catch.
ल
Well judged because that ball was traveling.
ओहो
Another wicket for Nepal, and no
नेपालको
surprise, it
आज
is still in Haliger again.
चान्स निकै कम छ
Trying to get it over the fielder at third. He did well to judge the jump and time it. He looks relieved to have taken that catch.
हेरौँ कसरी खेल्छन् अब
But some
म्याच सुरु
celebration here
भइसकेको
for Canada.
छ रोहितको विकेट गइसकेको रहेछ
3
अब
wickets down Nepal, 43 for 3 after 10.
मल्ल आउँछन् सायद भीम सार्कीको स्ट्राइक रेट राम्रो रहेछ तर रोहित जुन आशाको किरण थियो क्याप्टेन नेपालका उनी आउट भइसकेका छन्
पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याग 10
हेरौँ
वर्षदेखि
अब
गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित
मल्लले कस्तो खेल्छन् मल्लको काममा पनि छ नेपालको ब्याटिङ लाइनअप
प्राकृतिक राग भएको विश्वासी
अहिले छन्
गुणस्तरीय अनि राम नो कम्प्रोमाइज विथ भारत साउजी विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका
आजको दिनमा कमजोरी सायद क्याप्टेन कमजोरी जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ किनकि क्युटनले जब चाहिँ आक्रमण खेल्न सुरु गरेको थियो तब उनले पेसरलाई बोलाउनु पर्ने थियो उनले चाहिँ स्पिनरलाई नै चान्स दिइराखे र जसको कारणले चाहिँ नेपालको स्पिनरहरूले चाहिँ धेरै उनीहरूको बलिङ ध्वस्त हुन गयो छक्का खाइराखे चौका खाइराखे जुन क्युटनको आक्रामक ब्याटिङलाई चाहिँ सम्हाल्न सकेन सायद गुलसिङ झा जो लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड बलर थिए लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड पेसर उनले सायद मिडियम पेसर उनले सायद गर्थ्यो होला केही अथवा चाहिँ करण केसी पनि एउटा चान्स एउटा अप्सन हुन सक्थ्यो तर हेरौँ अब कसरी गर्छन् मल्लको कानमा छ धेरै मल्ल आक्रामक खेल्न रुचाउने ब्याट्सम्यान हुन् तर आजको यो गेम अनुसार चाहिँ उनले चाहिँ एकदम डिफेन्सिभ खेल्दै एकदम सर्ट सेलेक्सनमा ध्यान दिनुपर्ने छ जस्तो लाग्छ
First time today, he starts with a wide down the leg side. Kushal Mala will be in at number 5. Nepal, well, they're in all sorts of trouble.
Wheels starting to come off. There's the last wicket. Well judged catch in the deep. The undoing of the third wicket for Nepal. Dylan Haliger, the big man, he's had a big impact in the game today for Canada.
रोहितको विकेट
They'll have to be watchful here of Akhil
राम्रो
Kumar.
क्लियर गरेका छन् भीम सार्कीले
He's not the tallest of pace bowlers.
भीम सार्की नेपालको चाहिँ ओडिआई क्रिकेटका भविष्य नै हुन्
Beam Sharkey, 13 off 16. He's
Definitely a bit of something in the surface, isn't there? When you kind of bowl it into it, I don't think that's something Nepal didn't do particularly well. Gulshan Jah did it once and he got a wicket with it. Tried to do it a bit more, but he was either bowling too short or then his line was off. angling down the leg side or wides outside the off stump. Cammy's a skiddy bowler. He's a different kind of bowler, and Nepal are missing that hit the deck bowler. Akhil Kumar is not tall, but you can see immediately he's bowling the ball into the surface and just going to need to jump out of it.
And Dylan Ayler is known to bowl a heavy ball as well. He does hit the deck quite hard. Broad shoulders.
Kushal Malla is a naturally aggressive player. Has come in and rescued his side from really difficult positions before, but I'm not sure these are his kind of conditions. He tends to, particularly left arm spin, he'll take down and hit very powerfully down the ground and over long on and deep mid wicket, but it'll be interesting to see how he copes with the challenge here.
Just past that outside edge, Akhil Kumar. He's going well. 2 deliveries to come. And I want to try and finish this strong. Credit to in numbers. Nice to see those Nepalese flags in the stands. In fact, even at the GT20, Lenny, they came out and they supported the 3 players representing Nepal here. Umbrellas to shade from the sun. There's definitely no rain in the air. Feels like summer here in September, which is not quite normal in Canada, but we'll take it.
We'll take it at 2 right. Nice to have some early autumnal sun giving us a great setting actually here at King City. You know, there's significant frustration with the difficulties we're having here. We're as frustrated as you are. Can only apologise again for the connectivity, internet issues that are, well, really affecting this broadcast to a point where some of you aren't able to enjoy it as we would like you to. 11 have been bowled. It's 45 for 3.
DHI हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी आउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier home.
चिल्लो प्लास्टर मात्र गरेको बाहिरी भित्तामा एशियन पेन्ट्स ड्याम प्रुफ लगाइहाल्नुहोस्.
विदेशबाट ई-सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई-सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका.
Just when we thought Dylan Ayler would be taken out of the attack because of that 3rd wicket, he continues for a 6th, and very understandably, well, all the joints and the muscles are loose and warmed up. Why not keep him going? He's picked up all 3 that have fallen, and Nepal have had difficulties with pace and bounce before. It's happening again. It's putting those fans in some pretty deep concern right now.
Sixth over for Dylan Ayler. He's a big man. Testing his fitness today. And the Pacers doing better than expected for Canada here in a spin-friendly, or on a spin-friendly surface. We haven't seen any spin introduced from Canada yet. Jeremy Gordon.
Cut away, but not able to beat Sad Bin Safar at backward point. Canada look pretty rejuvenated to me compared to the way in which they fielded on that tour of the Netherlands. They looked energetic. They've got a good togetherness. It's always easy when you're on top and you're getting hits, but certainly some initial signs that they should perform better here in Ontario than they did throughout that Netherlands efforts in August.
Yeah, they in fact, they did address this when they got back, scheduled a few extra practices to get the fielding issues niggled out of there.
In terms of the sort of breakdown of players in this squad, still a heavy Ontario representation, but some West Coast players coming in too.
Correct, yes, and that partly because a lot of cricket being played here in Ontario. We've got the most population of all the provinces in Canada. Arguably one of the toughest or the highest level of competitions locally in Canada gets played right here at King City in the form of S9 in the Toronto District Cricket League.
And the competitions in that, they're made up of multi-formats, both T20 cricket and slightly longer.
50 over cricket, most of them. All of our seasons here are geared towards the 50 over format. Some of the lower divisions play 40 over cricket, some of them play 20, but at the highest level, it's all 50 over cricket.
Low quality ko aएको छ.
So there should be some advantage here for the Canadians. A lot of them play at King City, a lot of them play 50 over cricket at King City. And they're playing at the highest level in Canada.
Very nearly a maiden for Dylan Hayliger, but Sharp is able to pick up a single from the final delivery. 12 have been bowled, been a really good spell thus far from Hayliger. That might be it, 3 for 23 for the moment. It's 46 for 3.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
अब उत्सव हुन्छ अझै बढी रमाइलो किन्नुहोस् 400 ml मात्र रु 50 मा
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Kumar into his second. Nicholas Curtin generally has just been keeping things pretty simple as captain. He did have his difficulties, didn't he, on those first 8 games he led further, having assumed the mantle of captaincy.
It's never a nice feeling to come into captaincy, get given the responsibility, and then you start off with back-to-back losses. As it is, captaincy is a hard thing to do. A lot of responsibility.
Take on a quick single.
Nepali
probably the best
batting
fielder.
lineup को जिम्मेवारी चाहिँ भीम सार्की छन् एउटा comeback गर्ने चाहिँ.
Just having a chat with Aaron Johnson on the other side of the stumps. He's like, I wanted to throw that. I don't think you were quite in the position to back that up.
जसरी किर्टनले चाहिँ कप्तानी पारी खेलेका थिए त्यसरी हाम्रो भीम सार्कीले पनि त्यस्तै खालको पारी खेल्नु परेछ नत्र यति ठुलो टार्गेट हुन त त्यति ठुलो पनि हैन त्यही पनि 3टा विकेट गइसकेको छ सो अलिकति टिकेर मल्लले सर्ट सेलेक्सनमा ध्यान दिएर खेल्दा आउँछ पनि सकिन्छ यतिको टार्गेट नेपालले जिम्बाब्वेसँग चेस गरेकै हो 290 सम्मको टार्गेट चेस गरेको थियो नेपालले जिम्बाब्वेसँगको खेलमा पनि र अहिले पनि धेरै ठुलो टार्गेट मान्न मिल्दैन यसलाई.
In the last 10, the run rate that they've conceded is 9.66 average. Real difficulties. What's more to that, so that means they've conceded 483 runs in those 50 overs. In total in those matches, in the first 40, altogether the runs scored were 1,451.
Defensive खेल्दैछन् मल्लले.
The vast majority of those runs, 2/3 of them.
यस्तै गरी डिफेन्सिभ खेल्दै तपाईको सर्ट सेलेक्सन राम्रो सर्ट सेलेक्सन गरेर चाहिँ अट्याक गर्यो भने सायद राम्रो हुन्छ. योर्कर पनि डेन्जर छ हाम्रो ए कुमार रहेछ क्यानाडियन बलर उहाँको योर्कर आयो योर्कर एकदम
Similar issue today for them, where or they're in a pretty good place until about that 13 over mark, or 13 over to the end, I should say. 38 overs they got through with
कुशल
decent
विशेषतः
bowling, kept it
T20
tight.
फर्मेटको लागि उपयुक्त ब्याट्सम्यान हुन् तर उनले
They're playing a miss.
आउटस्विङ
Not
पनि
really
त्यस्तो
coping with
भेरिएसन
this
छ
angle
उहाँको
going across him.
बलिङमा
He's
एक
yet to get off
ओभर
the mark after
भर्खरै
8 balls. Nepal,
झन्डै
they are in very
मेडन
trouble.
ओभर रह्यो
27 for
जम्मा
30.
1 रन मात्रै दिए उनको
DHI ले हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier home.
आजको गेम सम्बन्धमा भन्नुपर्दा हाम्रो गेम साथी
पछिल्लो
उहाँको
ब्लास्टर
राम्रो
प्राप्त
छ
गरेको बाहिरी भित्तामा
र
एसियन पेन्ट्स ट्याप प्रुफ
गेम
लगाइहाल्नुहोस्।
साथीपछि मल्लले पनि ठिकै खेलिरहेका छन् जसको कारण सायद मल्लले पनि राम्रो गर्नेछन् भन्ने आशा छ कप्तानको कप्तानी पारी हुन सकेन दुःखको कुरा अनि हाम्रो आशिष शेखसँग एकदम धेरै आशा थियो उहाँले आशा पुरा गर्नु भएन
Well, big call this. Dylan Hayligger's being kept going for a 7th. He may well have said to his skipper, I've got it in me. I feel I can get us a 4th wicket. If he could, well, a bit early to be saying final nail in the coffin for Nepali hopes, but certainly be a long way back from there, wouldn't it?
आजको हाम्रो गेममा चाहिँ
The struggle's definitely getting
हाइलाइटको
harder and harder here for
भूमिका
Nepal.
रहेको छ उहाँले
That
ब्याटिङ
required
गर्दा
run
पनि
rate is
त्यति
starting to climb
राम्रो
closer to
बलिङमा पनि
6.
एकदम उत्कृष्ट
They
बलिङ
were at
गरिरहेका
4
छन्
runs and over. They were going at 4 runs and over.
विकेट उहाँले
But
चटाउनु भएको र
4 overs ago, and now it's dropped below that 4 runs and over mark.
24 रन मात्रै खर्चेर
Dylan
3
Hayligger,
विकेट लिएका छन् यो एकदम ठुलो कुरा हो
he's a big man, so
आजको गेममा उहाँको सबैभन्दा ठुलो भूमिका रहेको छ
the
उहाँको
over
र
now for
किर्टनको
his spell.
किर्टन र उहाँको एकदम ठुलो भूमिका रहेको छ हेरौँ
Be a wide down the
ब्याटिङ
leg
लाइनमा
side.
कस्तो हुन्छ नेपालको
You just wonder, is it maybe a thought of they know that Kushalmal is so good against spin, particularly left arm spin. They're thinking, well, why not risk one more? See if we can get Mal on to strike, which they've done now, and see if they can get the back of the big hitter.
Well, listen, bringing Dylan Hayligger up the batting order today changed the innings for Canada. So they certainly have some sort of plan going into this.
Mala continues to look at the wicket here and look as though
एकदम टाइट
that's
बलिङ
what's
रहेको छ
causing the issues.
एकदमै टाइट
It's not seeing a
आउटस्विङ
huge amount, apart from
त्यस्तै राम्रो
maybe
आउटस्विङ
just
रहेछ
bouncing
यो
up a
हुनु त
little bit
मैदान
into
पनि
the
एकदम
surface.
स्लो
He's got to
पिच
expect
रहेको
that that's
छ
going to skid
जसको
on
कारणले
from that length.
चाहिँ
He's getting
बलरहरूको
into the
लागि
position
फाइदाजनक
to hit the ball.
पिच हो तर जस्तो किसिमले किर्टनले आक्रामक ब्याटिङ गरे
He's yet to get off the mark. 9 deliveries in.
त्यो अनुसार टार्गेट भेट्नको लागि नेपालले अझै धेरै गर्न बाँकी रहेको छ
Hesitant push to defend that one. Maybe just trying to see off the over of Dylan Hayligger. Try and play it safe.
आजको
Hold on to those
स्ट्रिङ
wickets.
एकदम लो रहेको छ कान्तिपुर म्याक्सको
They need 205 from 219 deliveries, Nepal.
कुशल मल्ल छन् स्ट्राइकमा उनले 10 बल फेस गरेर 1 रन ल्याएका छन् एकदम डिफेन्सिभ
He's off the mark with that single.
कुशल मल्ल
Taking a little while. One thing for certain,
खाता
Kushalmal can always
खोले
catch
कुशल
up.
मल्लले ठ्याक्कै खाता खोले पहिलो रन कुशल मल्लको
It's still early days. Plenty of overs left in this innings.
हाम्रो आशा भनेका भीम साकिरहेका छन् 13 ओभरमा 50 रन
Single.
पुगेको छ जम्मा नेपालको हुन त सामान्यतया ओडिआई फर्मेटमा चाहिँ 20 ओभर नभइकन ब्याटरहरूले आक्रामक खेल्दैनन् 20 ओभरसम्म डिफेन्सिभ खेलेपछि मात्रै अट्याकिङ माइन्डसेटमा जान्छ ब्याटरहरू ब्याट्सम्यानहरू नर्मली आज पनि त्यस्तै
Do
भएको
that,
थियो
they'll need a partnership. Do have plenty of batting options to come. The dismissal of Powell is a big blow, given the year. 14 bowled, 51 for 3.
स्ट्रिमिङ क्वालिटी एकदमै लो रहेको छ आजको स्ट्रिमिङ क्वालिटी। बिच बिचमा ब्ल्याङ्क हुने एकदम स्क्रैचेसहरू एकदम धेरै छन्। स्ट्रिमिङ क्वालिटी राम्रो छैन।
भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित। तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं।
विदेशबाट ई सेवा मनी ट्रान्सफर मार्फत ई सेवा वालेटमा पैसा पठाउँदा काठमाडौँमा घर जित्ने मौका।
Definitely an improvement in the field for Canada. That's been the big notable change. They had the moments, didn't they, with the bat and ball in the Netherlands, but just the way in which they've gone about
म्याचमा फर्केका छौँ हामी।
their fielding, the energy they've shown, it's been impressive.
उहाँको बलिङ स्ट्याट एकदम राम्रो रहेको छ ए कुमार।
All of a sudden,
उहाँले जम्मा 2
hard run
ओभरमा
rate starting
जम्मा 3 रन
to loom
दिनुभएको
into
छ।
view as well, pushing up towards a runnable.
एकदम राम्रो स्ट्याट रहेको छ यो।
Another youngster to come up with Canadian system.
आजको स्ट्रिमिङको क्वालिटी एकदम लो भयो।
Feel some pride.
Yeah, this looks very close. It's full, it's straight, and it's gone.
आउट।
And Sharkey was looking to drive. He's generally been bowling back of a length. This time he went fuller. Maybe the footwork was just a little slower than it needed to be. And it could have just ducked back in as well. I think it's a pretty fair decision. Looks to me like it's going to go on and crash into middle, maybe into leg stump. Finger goes up. Canada in inspired form here.
नेपाललाई धेरै गाह्रो अवस्था आइसकेको छ। भीम सार्कीको विकेट गएपछि अब 4वटा विकेट लगातार गइसकेका छन्। नेपालको एउटा ठुलो कमजोरी के हो भने तपाईको चाहिँ नेपालभन्दा बाहिर गएपछि चाहिँ ब्याटिङ लाइनअप एकदम कोल्याप्स हुन्छ। ओडिआई फर्मेटमा चाहिँ नेपालले एकदम बिरामी खेलेको छ। नेपालले यो एकदम सुधार्नु पनि देखिन्छ। ओडिआईलाई ओडिआई जसरी खेल्नुपर्छ र टी20लाई टी20 जसरी खेल्नुपर्छ। जुन ओडिआईमा पनि टी20 जस्तो आक्रमक खेल्न पर्ने अथवा चाहिँ सर्ट सेलेक्सन मुख्य समस्या नेपालको सर्ट सेलेक्सन गर्न नसक्ने सबैभन्दा मुख्य समस्या हो। यसमा ध्यान नदिनु यी म केही समस्या देख्छु हाम्रो नेपाली टिमको। भीम सार्कीको पनि विकेट गइसकेको छ। अब जम्मा चाहिँ सायद दिपेन्द्र सिंह एरी आउँछन् अथवा गुलसन आउँछन्। सायद आज कोचले र क्याप्टेनले चाहिँ अनिललाई चाहिँ फिनिसरको जिम्मा दिएका छन् अथवा हेरौँ के हुन्छ। सायद गुलसन आउँछन्। सायद गुलसन आउनुपर्छ। दिपेन्द्र अलिकति आक्रामक खेल्न रुचाउने ब्याट्सम्यान हुन्। गुलसन आउनुपर्छ अब र गुलसनले पारी सम्हाल्नुपर्छ र विकेट बचाएर राख्नुपर्छ र विकेट बचिसकेपछि अलिकति 20 ओभरसम्म पुगेपछि चाहिँ अलिकति आक्रामक खेल्नुपर्छ। त्यसरी जाँदा राम्रो जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ। सर्ट सेलेक्सनमा एकदम ध्यान दिनुपर्छ। सर्ट सेलेक्सन एकदम खराब रहेको छ नेपाली ब्याट्सम्यानहरूको, जसको कारण चाहिँ विकेट जान थालेपछि एकदम फास्ट डिभास्टेटिङ रूपमा विकेट गइरहेको छ यो चाहिँ नेपाली ब्याट्सम्यानहरूको सबैभन्दा ठुलो समस्या रहेको छ। हेरौँ के हुन्छ। एड एकदम धेरै एडसँगै चाहिँ यो म्याच पनि स्ट्रिमिङ क्वालिटी पनि एकदम लो रहेको छ कान्तिपुर मिडियाको। सायद यो उताको क्यानेडियन प्राविधिकहरूकै कमजोरी हुनुपर्छ। कान्तिपुर म्याक्सले त उताकै स्ट्रिमिङलाई देखाउने हो, एउटा माध्यम हो। मेबी आउँदो म्याचमा राम्रो गर्नेछ नेपाली। यो म्याचमा 4वटा विकेट यसरी जानु भनेको सबैभन्दा खराब पक्ष रहेको छ। हेरौँ अब के हुन्छ। ऐरी आएका छन्। ऐरी सायद अहिले गुलसन आएको भए राम्रो हुन्थ्यो जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई। ऐरी आएका छन् क्रिजमा। हेरौँ। अनि अलिकति बढी अट्याकिङ खेल्न रुचाउने ब्याट्सम्यान ओहो बचेर खेल्नुपर्ने देखिन्छ ऐरीले।
Really gonna have to dig their heels deep, and 4 down with just 51 runs on the board. That task is so tall. They do say never though, and cricket's a funny game. A partnership here and there can really change things around. Dipendra Singh Airy is an experienced contender. Someone with a very positive mindset as well.
मेबी जिम्मेवारी एकदम लिनुपर्छ। नेपाल देशको लागि, राष्ट्रको लागि खेलेपछि जिम्मेवारी लिनुपर्छ र डिफेन्सिभ माइन्डसेट लिएर आउनुपर्छ। अहिलेको आवश्यकता थियो। बाउन्ड्री जान लागेको छ। बाउन्ड्री रोकिएको छ।
Surprised or he didn't think of the third, but Mala maybe wasn't overly live to it, and that will get him off the mark to close out the 15th. It's another wicket taking over. Canada really impressive. Nepal in trouble.
रनको लागि त्यति
DHI हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ. Wishing you all.
रनको लागि भन्दा पनि धेरै चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ विकेट बचाउनतिर लाग्नुपर्छ सायद। विकेट हाम्रो मुख्य फोकस नै विकेट हो। विकेट बच्यो भने चाहिँ धेरै छ हामीसँग, ओभर धेरै छ। 50 ओभरको गेम हो। विकेट बच्यो भने हान्न सकिन्छ। पछि भएपछि बलर्सहरू थाक्छन् र उनीहरूको सटको क्वालिटी पनि अलिकति लो भएको हुन्छ पछि। सो विकेट एकदम बचाएर खेल्नुपर्ने देखिन्छ।
So we're going to see some spin for the first time today. It's one of the two debutants.
Streaming quality एकदमै लो रहेको छ।
To the side, Ansh Patel. Bowls left arm wrist spin, something that is pretty rare in the
राम्रो हुन सक्थ्यो।
very top level
Canada
bowling game.
विकसित
Of
देशको
course, to Bray
क्रिकेट
Shamsi.
बोर्ड सायद
Let's see how the youngster can go. Starts with a pretty short one that Mala squeezes away for a single. These two batters will play aggressively, and they may look to try and take on the debutant here.
Well, he might be young by age, and he might be debuting for Canada, but he is quite mature with the way that he goes about his business. Good control of the ball, able to get some turn as well. Played a decent amount of cricket in India. They'll still need to be watchful here.
Looks to be a nice action. My first time seeing him live in person.
अर्को डट
Open chested.
आएको छ.
If you are going to get help from surfaces, you want to be here in King City. If you're a spinner, you'll generally get good assistance. So he tries through the offside. Should the second.
Fielding पनि राम्रो
Yeah,
रहेको
not a
छ
great piece of
क्यानाडा.
running from Mala.
Canadian
Where he
team
wanted
really
the second,
deserve
but Mala just sort
to
of trotted
win,
the first.
I think.
22 years of age, born in
Nepal's
Gujarat.
bowling lineup र batting lineup दुईटै ढुक्क
which
देख्छु म त.
10 over
15 ओभरमा
competition
4
there,
विकेट
out
जानु.
in
Maybe यो त
Cayman Islands.
झन्डै T20 आएको जस्तो पारा
Popping up
देखियो.
everywhere now.
Right after the
यसरी त सायद
GT20, yeah, he was on a
ODI मा त
plane heading to the
गाह्रो
Cayman
हुन्छ.
Islands.
Nepal must improve this.
Good exposure for the youngsters as well at that tournament. A lot of international players.
मल्ल डिफेन्सिभ मान्छे मारेको छ. कभर ड्राइभ राम्रो कभर ड्राइभ गर्न सक्छ मल्लले.
He started pretty nicely.
Nice
Mala
cover
certainly
drive.
not off to his most fluent start. He's 2 off 14. Difficult, isn't it, when wickets are falling around you? Nepal are not knowing whether to stick or twist right now. No real sign of that changing. 16 bowled, a good start from Patel. It is 55 for 4.
भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क.
राम्रै हो. अहिले विकेट बचाउनतिरै लागेका छन्. अहिलेको पनि त्यस्तै अन्दाज छ र हाम्रो मल्लको त एकदम डिफेन्सिभ खेल्दैछन् मल्लले पनि. विकेट यस्तै गरी विकेट बचाउँदै 20 ओभरसम्म पुर्यायो भने त्यसपछि अलिकति अट्याक गर्न सकिन्छ र यी दुईटै ब्याट्सम्यानमा अट्याक गर्ने एबिलिटी पनि रहेको छ. सो आत्तिहाल्नुपर्ने त छैन, तर मेबी इट्स क्वाइट डेन्जरस. नेपालको कन्डिसन अलिकति खराब त रहेको छ. 4वटा विकेट लिइसक्नु पर्ला, ठुलो कमजोरी रहेको छ.
The 11 Canadians in the field and those in the dugout. Angling down the leg side. Kumar was interested,
विकेटको
but
लागि अपिल थियो.
Irie will scamper through for what's going to be given as run, so maybe a little bit of bat involved.
Aka Kumar had a big appeal there. He was very interested. Also on debut, he'll be happy to have picked up his first wicket for Canada in that previous over. How close was this? Going down leg.
विकेट त थिएन त्यो. अपिल
Bit of a feather of a bat as well.
ब्याटमा लागेर गएको थियो बल.
Yeah, not too sure about the bat. I don't think the bat was involved there, but leg bye not given, so Irie will take the runs to his name. You do just wonder what the way back in is here for Nepal. Mala's best innings have been counter-attacking ones, but he's shown not a single piece of aggression yet. He seems to be taking a very cautious approach. That's just his 3rd run. And Irie too, he's known for his big hitting exploits, but you just wonder, when do they start to look at assessing some boundary options?
We're only to the 17th over here. And they have lost wickets in quick succession. 4 wickets in 17 overs. Yes, that required run rate is climbing, but they do also have a lot of time to come.
And that's the
Also,
brilliance of the
3
upbringing.
बल रहेको छ.
If you're burning the midnight oil back there in Nepal as a fan, and you're watching on going, well, it's 20 past 2. Should I go to bed? Great thing about ODIs are there's always a way back in. There's always a way to
राम्रो फ्लिक रहेको छ.
stay in the contest and to get back into the contest. If they can take the 56 for 4 to 140 for 4, even not in particularly quick time, and make it 100 to win off the last 10 or 12, there's no reason why they can't do it. That might feel a mile away right now, but it's less than 200 runs required to win from here. It's not like they need 320 or 340. They're still in this contest. It just doesn't feel like they are right now.
राम्रो फ्लिक राम्रो
Very different ball game from that T20 version, where it's a bit quicker. You don't have as much time out in the middle. You have to go from ball one.
मेबी ओपनरमा चाहिँ हाम्रो
It's quite an adjustment, isn't it, to the 50 over format?
चान्स दिएको भए सायद
Yeah,
एउटा
that's one of the big
एक्सपेरिमेन्ट
advantages.
हुन्थ्यो
Those two major advantages in there for
मेबी
Canada. The home
ओमानसँगको
advantage in
म्याचमा
terms of
चाहिँ
conditions.
आकाशलाई चान्स दिनुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ
The fact that they have played a lot of cricket
होटेलको जुन यो
there in the Netherlands, 8
रेगुलर
games in just a couple of
यस्तो
weeks.
प्रवृत्ति छ यो चाहिँ
So that will
बन्द
get us
हुनेछ
to the end of
किनकि नेसनल
17th.
टिमको लागि खेलेका हुन् र यसै गरी सिङ्गल
A couple more singles
र
to close
डबल
that over. It's 58 for 4.
थोरै बढ्दै त छ ओडिआई हो टिकेर
यो
खेल्नु
चाली हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier home.
मेबी इन्डियाको प्र्याक्टिस अलिकति देखिएन यहाँ चाहिँ इन्डियाको चाहिँ प्र्याक्टिस देखिनु पर्थ्यो त्यो देखिएन अब फेरि यो म्याचपछि फेरि अमेरिकासँग चाहिँ T20I म्याच राख्ने भन्ने कुरा चलिरहेको रहेछ आई थिङ्क द्याट्स टोटली रङ त्यो त रहनु हुँदैन त्यस्तो किनकि चाहिँ हाम्रा ब्याट्सम्यानहरू यसरी चाहिँ कोल्याप्स भइरहेछन् यसै त चाहिँ फर्मेटमा चाहिँ कन्फ्युजन भइरहेछ ओडिआईमा नि T20I वाला चाहिँ स्टाइल ल्याइरहेछन् त्यो चाहिँ एकदम रङ छ र यसै बिचमा चाहिँ अमेरिकासँग फेरि चाहिँ फेरि विकेट गएको छ ओहो नेपाललाई अर्को झट्का लागेको छ फेरि विकेट जानु नेपालको लागि धेरै ठुलो झट्का रहेको छ दिपेन्द्र सिंह ओइरीको विकेट दिस वाज वर्दी इनफ यो एकदम ठुलो झट्का रहेको छ नेपालको लागि
Wicket, and it's a big one. Dipender Singh, airy. Might have just gotten a little bad on that. Good catch in the end by Shreyas Mova. Well judged. Made sure he held on to it with dear life. Nepal 62 for 5 after 17.2.
एकदम राम्रो झट्का लागेको छ नेपालको
अब
लागि
उत्सव हुन्छ अझै बढी रमाइलो किन्नुहोस् 400 ml मात्र रु 50
गुलसन झा एकदम प्रेसरमा पनि खेल्न सक्ने ब्याट्सम्यान त हुन् तर नेपालले विकेट बचाउनु पर्थ्यो सर्ट सेलेक्सन मुख्य कुरा ध्यान दिनुपर्ने मुख्य कुरा सर्ट सेलेक्सन थियो जहाँ चाहिँ हाम्रा ब्याट्सम्यानहरू चुकेका छन् जसरी रोहितले दिए जसरी दिपेन्द्रको विकेट गयो सर्ट सेलेक्सन नै मुख्य जिम्मेवार ठान्छु म त सर्ट सेलेक्सन राम्रो हुनुपर्छ ओडिआईमा मेनली सायद नेपालले यस्तो तरिकाले त ओडिआई स्ट्याटस पनि रिटेन गर्न सक्छ जस्तो लाग्दैन नेपाली भूमिमा मात्रै हानेर हुँदैन विदेशी भूमिमा गएर पनि हान्न सक्ने एबिलिटी चाहिन्छ सोमपाल कामी आएका छन् सोमपाल कामी मेबी अनुभवी ब्याट्सम्यान अनुभवी अलराउन्डर भनौँ उनको हेरौँ अब गेम प्ले कस्तो हुन्छ पटेल उहाँको पनि राम्रो छ बलिङ एकदमै राम्रो बलिङ गरिरहेका छन् पहिलो ओभरमा एक विकेट लिइसकेका छन् उनले दोस्रो ओभरमा मेबी योभन्दा राम्रो खेल्न सक्थ्यो नेपालले यसमा चाहिँ म हाम्रो टिमको पनि कमजोरी देख्छु मेबी मुख्य जिम्मेवार कुरा सर्ट सेलेक्सनलाई ठान्छु म ब्याटिङ लाइनअप कस्तो हुनुमा मुख्य जिम्मेवार चाहिँ
For Canada.
Again,
taking over with just 2 runs coming from it. Matanj Patel is not going to forget. It's still 62 for 5.
DHI ले हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier home.
प्लास्टर मात्र गरेको बाहिरी भित्तामा एसियन पेन्ट्स ड्याम प्रुफ लगाइहाल्नुहोस्। मेरो मोबाइलमा चल्छ यी सेवा।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
क्वालिटी हेर्नु हुँदो रहेछ, मूल्य होइन।
नो कम्प्रोमाइज विथ धारा साउजी।
It's not going to get any easier now for Nepal as Sadbin Safar will come into the attack with his left arm off spin. Might have just delayed his entrance a little bit because of the knowledge of Kushal Mala's preference for left arm spin, but it's in and out field. It's just what you would like to see set. There is a slip in place. Nicholas Curtin's close catching at mid-wicket too. Long on and deep mid-wicket on the leg side means that if Mala wants to take on some aggressive options against Canada's most experienced bowler, he's not going to do it without risk. And if he's caught it long on now, well, probably going to look like a pretty foolish innings. He's at least still there. He's 4 off 19. The required run rate now is exactly a run a ball. A target of 254 looks a long way away.
Yeah, had Canada been about 200 mark, it would have been a different equation for Nepal. Less pressure coming out with the bat. And the spinners are going to be relentless here for Canada now. Ansh Patel, Saad Zafar on the other end. It's not going to get easier.
मल्ल एकदम डिफेन्सिभ माइन्डसेटका साथ उत्रिएका छन्। मल्लले 20 ओभरपछि अट्याक गर्नुपर्छ।
Single picked up and
राम्रो अहिले डिफेन्सिभ खेलिरहेको विकेट चाहिएको, विकेट बचाउनु परेको छ नेपाललाई। विकेटलाई पनि ध्यानमा राखेर
He's been a consistent performer for Canada, Sadbin Zafar. He's had a good summer for Canada as well.
Is that straight through? There's an appeal.
अपिल थियो, ठुलो अपिल थियो।
Just trying to work out what the appeal is for. Sadbin Safar might be looking for.
खुसी देखेका छैनन्। सादबिन जफर जो क्यानेडियन टिमको T20 टिमको क्याप्टेन पनि रहेका छन्, उनी त्यति खुसी देखिएनन् अम्पायरको डिसिजन।
Can't be happy to show the bat after he saw the ball fell safely away from the keeper.
Defense, राम्रो डिफेन्स।
Things would have just gone from bad to worse there if that had been given out, and it looked a tight call, probably heightened the issue.
Tough job, the umpiring job. You have to be watching so closely every single delivery. They don't have the luxury of replays.
एकदम किफायती बलिङ गरिरहेका छन्। क्यानेडियन टिमको बलिङदेखि लिएर निकोलस क्रिटनको ब्याटिङदेखि लिएर हरेक कुरा एकदम आज एकदम क्यानेडियन टिमको इम्प्रेसिभ छ गेम चाहिँ। यसरी प्लिज ब्याटिङ लाइनअप, बलिङ लाइनअप सबै दोस्तोहरू भएर छ। They deserve to win, definitely. Canada deserve to win this game.
नारायणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित।
असली एनर्जी रेड बुल, असली नै रोजौं। प्राकृतिक राग भएको विश्वासिलो।
Nicely bowled. Still with good action. Pretty flat through the air. Not particularly slow through the air. So it's maybe not going to turn a huge amount, but you don't need to turn it a huge amount. That's the googly out of the back of the hand. The bowler he probably reminds me of the most is Jake Lintott from England. He hasn't played internationally for England, but has gone around a few of the franchise leagues. Just that front arm is quite similar. If you're a young wrist spinner at home, you think about that front arm being the the lever that's going to get you towards the target. You have all your momentum driving through the crease and going up towards the keeper's gloves. So he's got a nice strong action. And a little bit of mystery too. That's beautifully bowled.
Puff of dust as well out of that one. As it's dug out by Sampal Kami. Tell you what, that scoreboard pressure is probably growing on him. He's yet to get off the mark. He's faced 9 deliveries.
I don't think Sampal Kami knows right now which way it's going. I'm not sure he's picking Anj Patel on his debut. What a find this young man potentially is for Canada. Left arm wrist spinners are like headless teeth. They're so rare. That's the googly. It's not being picked out of the hand. So the normal leg break will come back in to the right-hander. The googly will turn away. There's an eerie hush around the ground because the Nepal fans that are here, 400 or 500 of them, they are silent. They don't know how to react.
Certainly weren't expecting Nepal to be 5 down with just 65 runs on the board. They come out early as well before the game, to come out and support their team.
Down the leg side, probably not the right line, just getting a little greedy. Thinking of wickets, and it should be a couple of runs to the total. Question is, was there bat involved? No, off the leg. So 4 from the over, 2 of them leg buys, 67 for 5.
DHI हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier home.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या 500 XT र 550 XT पञ्चकन्या स्टिल.
चिल्लो प्लास्टर मात्र गरेको बाहिरी भित्तामा एसियन पेन्ट्स ड्याम्प प्रुफ लगाइहाल्नुहोस्. मेरो मोबाइलमा चल्छ यी सेवा.
Sampal Kami certainly capable as an all-rounder. We've even seen him used as high as number 3 in the order on occasion. Mala's played a perplexing innings thus far, hasn't he? 6 off 24. Really been the opposite of what we usually see from him. His career strike rate very, very high. He's very nearly chipped that up to cover. It's good bowling. I like that from Sad bin Safar. He knows that Mala's natural instinct is going to be to attack, so why not prey upon that? See if you can create an opportunity here.
I think the issue is just lost a bit too much in terms of wickets. So allowing you to play your natural game becomes a bit tough. Through the offside. They don't really need too much more than the singles. Anyway, they just have to be able to rotate and strike a little bit more consistently. Reduce the number of dot balls. Try and bring it close.
एस्केलेसन हुँदैछ, लम्बिँदैछ, पारी लम्बिँदैछ, राम्रो कुरा हो. मेबी पारी चाहिँ लम्बिएर चाहिँ मेबी अब चाहिँ अलिकति अट्याकिङ माइन्डसेटले जाँदा ठिक होला सायद.
Definitely been a significant improvement in Canada's fielding. You've got to say that for those who enjoyed the action from the Netherlands tour. They were at points shocking in the field. But a very different effort today, even that. I know he hasn't stopped that one. But a one-handed dive from Anj Patel, who nearly cuts off another single. Instead, Mala will keep the strike.
मेनली नेपालको ओडिआईको लागि र टी20 को लागि जुन टिम सेलेक्सन छ त्यो नै पुअर देख्छु म चाहिँ. सायद जुन भोटेल जसरी बनेका छन् अनि टी20 को लागि बनेका छन्, जसरी चाहिँ दिपेन्द्र जसरी बनेका छन् अनि टी20 को लागि बनेका हुन्. ओडिआईको लागि सायद दिपेन्द्रको ठाउँमा या बुर्जेलको ठाउँमा विकल्प सोच्न सकिन्छ। मेबी अर्जुन कुमार अथवा चाहिँ आदिल, तर उनीहरू पनि एकदम डिफेन्सिभ माइन्डसेटका ब्याट्सम्यान हुन्। सो मेबी प्लेटफर्म अनुसार खेल्नुपर्छ। ओडिआईमा ओडिआई तरिकाले खेल्नुपर्छ, टी20 टी20 तरिकाले।
That one is short and wide enough to be given as a wide. Mallard is best to be going after this kind of bowling, but at the moment he's so cautious, he's in danger of going into his shell here.
Well, full toss. But good turn the ball before. It was wide, but good signs for Ansh Patel. It's tough to be positive and aggressive out there when the bowling is tight. Wickets have fallen. And then you have deliveries like that. Just missing that outside edge.
Bowling really nicely here. We're going to try and guide you through it as best we can. We've now been hit by the low sun going into our commentary position, so we're calling a little blind, one of many challenges that we're experiencing here today in King City. Certainly, Ansh Patel has already shown enough in his 4 overs to think that Canada may well have unearthed something very special here. You don't want to put any additional pressure on a young wrist spinner. You want to encourage them, but he is rich with potential. Another good stop. We just wouldn't have seen that a month ago across in Europe. Sad Bin Safar gets a hand in it and helps out his young spin bowling partner.
What a
brilliant over. Just the wide coming from it. 1 for 7 he has from his first 4. 22 in the books. 72 for 5.
DHI हजुरहरुको घरमा पनि धेरै खुशी ल्याउनेछ. Wishing you
2 रनको लागि जान सकिन्थ्यो मेबी। अब चाहिँ अलिकति आक्रामक तरिकाले ब्याटिङ गर्नुपर्छ सायद। मल्ल र सोमपाल दुवैसँग त्यो एबिलिटी रहेको छ, आक्रामक ब्याटिङको एबिलिटी दुवैसँग रहेको छ र दुवैले चाहिँ अलिकति आक्रामक तरिकाले खेल्यो भने मेबी फेरि म्याचमा फर्किन चाहिँ सजिलो रहेको छ। अब हाम्रो थमन सिंह सरले चाहिँ हेलो सर नमस्कार भन्नुभएको रहेछ। नमस्ते। आजको म्याच एकदम डिसअपोइन्टिङ म्याच रहेको छ। 5वटा विकेट गइसकेको छ जम्मा चाहिँ 20 ओभर सकिँदैछ, भर्खर 22 ओभर आउँदैछ। 5वटा विकेट गुमाएर नेपालले चाहिँ धेरै ठुलो क्षति बेहोर्नेवाला छ। योभन्दा राम्रो खेल्नु पर्थ्यो सायद लिग 2 मा। यदि वर्ल्ड कप ओडिआई वर्ल्ड कपको लागि छनौट हुनु छ अथवा ओडिआई स्ट्याटस रिटेन गर्नु छ भने योभन्दा राम्रो खेल्नुपर्छ। मेबी खेल्ने तरिका, सर्ट सेलेक्सन, मेन कुरा सर्ट सेलेक्सनमा चुकेको छ। नेपाली ब्याट्सम्यानहरू सर्ट सेलेक्सनमा चुकेका छन् र होम ग्राउन्डको क्यानाडाले एकदम ठुलो फाइदा उठाएको छ। होम ग्राउन्ड जुन ठाउँमा उनीहरू जमेर खेल्थे पहिलेबाट, त्यसको फाइदा क्यानाडाले उठाएको छ। अझै छ हातमा 165 बल रहेको छ। 165 बल अझै पनि छ। अलिकति आक्रामक खेल्दाखेरि मेबी 5 ओभरमा यो त तान्न सकिन्छ, रन तान्न सकिन्छ 5 ओभरमा। तर टिक्नु पर्यो, टिकेर खेल्नु पर्यो। मल्लसँग एबिलिटी छ, अट्याकिङ खेल्ने एबिलिटी मल्लसँग रहेको छ र अझै गुल्सन र करण अझै आउन बाँकी छन्। फिल्डिङ इफर्ट एकदम टाइट रहेको छ। एकदम रन एकदम धेरै जोगाइरहेका छन् क्यानेडियन फिल्डिङ टिमले रन एकदम जोगाएका छन्। लाइक र कमेन्ट्स गर्नु होला। लाइक र कमेन्ट्स हामीलाई एकदम मलाई ऊर्जा दिन्छ, मलाई एकदम मोटिभेट गर्छ। लाइक र कमेन्ट्स गर्नुभयो।
भण्डारणका लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित।
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजम।
क्वालिटी हेर्नु हुँदो रहेछ, मूल्य होइन।
नो कम्प्रोमाइज विथ धारा साउजी।
अब उत्सव हुन्छ अझै बढी रमाइलो।
आउन त अझै बाँकी छन् हाम्रो करणको पारी अझै बाँकी छ। करण
really shown very little in this chase.
अलराउन्डर
Mala and Kami trying to build something, but they're building it very slowly.
I think the time has now come. 24th over mark.
आशा नमारिहालौँ,
Try and bring a little bit more intent.
क्रिटिकल कन्डिसनमा प्लिज।
There are a lot of gaps on offer. Just need to be able to work the ball into them.
If you look at the batting to come as well for Nepal, it's really just
एउटा
Balaraj
boundary
Bakshi won't offer
निकाल्न
much with the bats. Karen KC is very capable. Gulshan Jazz up their sleeve. He's going to be hitting all the way down at number 8, it looks like.
बाउन्ड्री निस्किनु सकेको छैन।
Sandeep Lamjani's batting has improved hugely over recent times. He very much thinks he's an all-rounder, so not like there's not still some hitters to come. KC in particular will be able to hit those big sixes down the ground, but just questioning the approach. There hasn't been much intent in terms of not the boundaries, but the ones and twos. What defenders he was trying to do, and then he got out.
नराम्रो सटहरू
Yeah, a little too defensive.
आफ्नो विकेट गुमाएका थिए, आफ्नो इम्पोर्टेन्ट विकेट।
I think this is not in the position where they have to try and go for a boundary every over. Still have
इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन्छ
plenty of balls in hand.
र त्यो कुरा बुझेनन्
work the
नेपाली
ball around.
ब्याट्सम्यानहरूले। सायद त्यसको लागि अझै धेरै प्र्याक्टिस चाहिन्छ, अझै धेरै एक्सपोजर चाहिन्छ टिमलाई।
It's just a half a press forward from Kami. Okay, he's driven it fine, but it's straight to the fielder. No run. The end result, and it wasn't a great
एकदम हार्ड
delivery.
भएको देखिन्छ क्यानेडियन टिम।
Have to start reversing the pressure, otherwise Patel's just going to continue to bowl at them.
सेम लाइनअपमा बलिङ रहेको छ, जसलाई युज गर्न
More than just the one wicket. He's
सकेका
halfway
छन्।
through his allocation of 10 overs. He's got 1 for 9. It's 76 for 5.
पनि धेरै खुसी आउनेछ। Wishing you all a happier home.
सोमपाल कामी, अब सोमपाल कामीमा आशा राखौँ। उनको
चिल्लो प्लास्टर मात्र गरेको बाहिरी भित्तामा एसियन पेन्ट्स ड्याम प्रुफ लगाइहाल्नुहोस्।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Sadly, so far, I'll continue Mala's into double figures. Still hasn't played a shot in anger really here, has he, Manali?
He's been a patient man. 10 off 39. I guess they're trying to lay that foundation down, try and feel comfortable when they go to number 6 off 21, 10 off 39. It's just a few too many dot balls between the pair. It's really been the story for Nepal with their batting.
Big appeal this time. And again, Sad bin Safar, well, emphatic is one way to describe that appeal. No interest from the umpire.
You just feel that a wicket is coming for Saad bin Zafar. He's had 3 shouts now.
This one will be a wide down the leg side. I was really impressed by Sherry Asmova in the Netherlands. Here's one more look at the LBW shape. Ali, and you can see, well, if there's no bat involved, maybe a very tight call as Kami gets a single down the ground this time.
think Nepal's allowing the spinners to run through the overs here. They're not quite getting enough time to process what's happening. Already in the 25th over. Sometimes when it goes so quickly, you don't quite get the time to figure out just how many balls you're losing and how quickly, how much tighter that equation's becoming.
It's not just becoming tighter, is it? It's becoming quite extreme, the scenario they need. 2 more balls, and it'll be the halfway stage of the chase, and they're going to need the best part of 175 runs. So they'll need 7 and over. They do have 5 wickets in hand. They do have someone like Mala who can hit very big, but he hasn't attempted to yet. Now he does, and he's gone. Well, a bemusing innings from a real young talent. He's been out there for 42 balls again. It's an excellent catch. This time it's Navneet Dhaliwal. And Sadbin Safar gets a reward. It's better when he's hitting straight down the ground. He tries to go square, but he cannot get it over the head of the man at mid-wicket. And Nepal slide further, 6 down.
You felt a wicket was going to come for Sadbin Zafar. He had been tight. So an outside off and dragging it all the way into the leg side. Navneet Dhaliwal does well. The excitement so evident on Sadbin Zafar's face as he picks up a wicket to his name. Nepal's 79 for 6.
हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier home.
आशा गरौँ ओमानसँगको म्याच यस्तो हुनेछ
पैसा भन्ने कुरा जुन बेला पनि चाहिन सक्छ. ठाउँ पैसा पठाउन मिल्ने. फोन पे त मेरो लागि एकदमै सजिलो उपाय हो. पैसा पठाऊ, ठाउँ पठाऊ. फोन पे डिलिट. नगद छोडौ, फोन पे गरौ.
साथियों कहने भने जिन्दगी भर
नेपालको आजको चाहिँ मुख्य लक्ष्य के हो क्यानाडाले चाहिँ आफ्नो होम ग्राउन्डमा राम्रो प्रदर्शन गर्न सक्ने मुख्य कुरा रहेको छ आजको म्याचको नेपालको प्रदर्शन वर्ल्ड कपको आशा नराख्दा पनि
यस्तै ससाना खुसी समेट्नको लागि हिमालयन ब्याङ्कले दिन्छ 1% थप ब्याज दर हिमाल रेमिट बचत तथा मुद्दती खातामा हिमालयन ब्याङ्क.
Thought that the left-hand right-hand combination with Sadbin Safar operating they would have wanted to keep Gulshan Jah the man at number 8. Instead it's going to be Sandeep Lamachane. And it's 2 and 2. And it's another one on his debut for Ansh Patel. Kami trapped deep in his crease. It's not going to matter. Gulshan Jah will have to come out now. As Nepal, well, they're in all sorts of strife. They're being blown away by a couple of high-quality spin bowling performances. And that is as plumb as they come.
Getting the movement, ball coming into the right-hander. Ansh Patel, he'll be a happy man today. On debut, picking up his 2nd wicket. Sampal Kami, he goes for 6 off 24. He was out there for quite some time. Not able to kick on. Nepal, 79 for 7.
कृतिक राग भएको विश्वासिलो गुणस्तरीय अनि राम नो कम्प्रोमाइज
एकदमै ठुलो डिसअपोइन्टमेन्ट. अब गुल्सनको आशा अलिअलि छ. बाँकी आजको खेल त्यति राम्रो भएन. नेपाली पक्षको लागि त एकदमै नराम्रो खेल रह्यो. गुल्सन छन्, अब आशा भनेकै करण छन्, गुल्सन छन्. मेबी करण र गुल्सनको गेम हेरौँ. सन्दीप लामिछानेलाई आज टेस्ट रहेको छ. सन्दीप लामिछानेको जुन प्र्याक्टिस थियो, ब्याटिङ प्र्याक्टिस, त्यसलाई प्रुभ गर्ने आज टेस्ट हो र त्यसमा पनि कतिको सफल हुन्छन् हेरौँ. सन्दीप लामिछाने आहा शट राम्रो थियो. शट राम्रो थियो. 2टा रन मजाले सकिन्छ. 2टा रन गुल्सनको राम्रो शट.
Nepal's plans of seeing
again
bemusing.
Gulshan is strike, no?
I think it got a little out of hand after Dylan Haliger walked in with the bat. They were in control until that point.
अलिकति फायर अप गर्न जरुरी पनि थियो जसरी किटनले गरेका थिए
And just the number of runs, the sheer number of runs that Canada added after the 38th over down to the 50th, it really put Nepal on the back foot.
परीक्षा हो सन्दीपको लागि
Scoreboard pressure an issue for them from the time that they walked out. But the intent has been lacking in the batting from Nepal. They haven't shown the positivity that they needed.
Just a bit of naivety, I think, as well, in terms of that approach. You have seen in the first innings there are ways to score runs. Lamachane looks like he's going to come in and just have a swing. You can't blame him too much. He tends to play very positively, but I'm not sure whether with the ball turning sharply both ways for the debutant, the other wrist spinner that Lamachane is going to have to face. It's a good piece of that. How often is he going to be able to do it is the question. It's a maximum for Lamachane. Maybe a little bit of a statement to his teammates. That's the way we need it to be playing. They've allowed the debutant to bowl at him. Got that one into his hitting arc. Gets it all the way for 6.
We haven't seen a maximum in a very long time. Sandeep Lamachane coming out to the middle. First real sign of aggression from Nepal. Ansh Patel on the receiving end, unfortunately, as we might lose another ball here. Beautiful swing of the hands, down on one knee, and he picked the gap.
It's for 6 of the chase, would you believe? To that point, there'd only been 6 fours, 3 to shake, 2 to Sharky, and 1 to pedal. There is now a lengthy effort up towards the bushes to find that ball. Not too sure exactly where it's gone. It's been a really difficult day, isn't it, to describe. We've had significant challenges here. The first day set up, and not being able to bring you the pictures the way you deserve at home, being honest. More frustrated than you can imagine. For Nepal, I don't want to say they dominated the first part of the game, but at the end of 37 overs, when it was 133 for 5, you would have thought that, well, 220 would have been maybe the ceiling of Canada's very best efforts, even if Nick Curtin went well. He did more than that. He scored 73 off just 44 balls on a day where, well, I know Dylan Haliger scored it more than on a ball, but nobody else found it easy. And as a consequence, Canada, they look like they may have 100 too many, let alone 20 or 30 too many. Nepal may show a bit of late innings rearguard here, but it's been a day where they've been outthought. Lamachane tries to go again, gets another good piece of it. He's going to get 4 back-to-back boundaries to round out the 26th. And something finally for the Nepal fans to cheer. It's 93 for 7.
Positivity, and it's more runs for Sandeep Lamachane, clearing that front foot. And that's the difference between intent and going out there and handling your arms with the dot balls and the dead defenses.
Other thing I think Nepal really need to reflect upon here is just the simplicity with which Canada approached the defensive stuff. Felt in the first innings that there was a bowling change every other over. There's 8 bowlers used in total. Balance of the team we felt was very heavily bowler weighted.
Canada
have done is really the exact inverse. Kalim San and Dylan Haliger helped the bowling conditions, bowled unchanged through the first power play. Haliger actually went for 7 straight. Akhil Kumar came in and replaced San and bowled nicely, picked up 1 for 10. And then the 2 spinners, they've been brought on and they've just been allowed to twirl away. Haven't needed to do anything complicated because the conditions have helped them. Yes, they fielded well, which has been a change from a month ago. But you look at it, and it's a simple game plan for conditions that are going to generally favour the bowling side here in King City. Pitch has played a bit better than we thought it would have. This one's edged away. Should
राम्रो राम्रो सागजारी दुई रन एकदम 2 रन
Ja
ओहो
is very nearly run out.
एकदम टाइटली
Just gets home. The direct hit.
मेबी रन
Again showing Canada's improved fielding. Didn't get the dive in, but did get back.
मेबी थर्ड अम्पायरले हेर्नु
The runs are flowing a bit easier this time around.
अलमल हुनु पुग्यो
Good quick turn as well, but how close was this?
टर्न हुनु पुग्यो थोरै अलमल हुनु पुग्यो रनआउटको सम्भावना
He slid his bat in early.
Well, very, very tight call. Again, just try and get across to you where you're standing, where we're sitting with a screen that we can barely see because it's so bright. It looked close.
एकदम टाइट मार्जिन
It's a little hard to tell where the line is.
Yeah, the line isn't particularly heavily painted either. So we're just going to say good decision because it's too tight to call.
Too tight for us on the replay.
Yes,
So.
correct. Gulshan Jazz, a fine young batter. I think he's very low at number 9. We've seen him bat at number 3.
एकदम रन रेट एकदम तल रहेको छ रन रेट
Adore Monty decides
जरुरी देखिन्छ
approach to his coaching.
विकेट बचाउँदै रन रेट सुधारेर जानुपर्ने जरुरी
Passion for the game and the confidence that he's instilled in these young men. Remember, Nepal's still a very young side. They were the youngest at that T20 World Cup. You do wonder sometimes these people kind of jumping up and down the order so much.
हातको विकेट बचाउनु पर्छ मुख्य कुरा त्यो
Bowlers bowling in several different
जान दिनु भएन
areas and parts of the game. How easy must it be? 27.
चाइली हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier
सन्दीपको आजको ब्याटिङ कस्तो लाग्यो हजुरहरूलाई कमेन्टमा भन्नुहोला सन्दीपको आक्रामक ब्याटिङ राम्रो रहेको थियो र जुन तरिकाले ब्याटिङ लाइनअप जस्तो भयो यो चाहिँ एकदम दुःखद कुरा हो नेपाली ओडिआई क्रिकेटको लागि यो तरिकाले क्रिकेटमा केही गर्न सकिन्छ जस्तो लाग्दैन मलाई चाहिँ एसोसिएट राष्ट्रको नम्बर 1 भनेर जुन क्लेम गर्थ्यौँ हामी फ्यानहरू त्यो कुरालाई एकदम डिसअपोइन्टमेन्ट
After the most brilliant club work throughout the series in the Netherlands, it's going to be 4 byes against the name of Sherias Mova. The 100 has come up. It's still a long way home from here. 154 more needed. Someone's starting to come now in this 8th wicket partnership.
Much needed as well. But credit to the new captain for Canada, Nick Curtin. He's marshaled his troops well today. He's rotated his bowlers well.
गुलसन झार सन्दीप लामिछानेको
And as you mentioned,
पार्टनरसिपले
Lenny, not overcomplicated the bowling
अब
changes.
अलिकति फायर अप हुन्छ कि यो पार्टनरसिप राम्रो जमिरहेको छ क्रिजमा एक रन त अवश्य
How many bowling changes he's made? It's 3.
Sometimes you don't need to fix what's not broken.
सन्दीप छन् स्ट्राइकमा सन्दीपले विकेट बचाउनु पर्ने देखिन्छ सन्दीपले विकेट बचाउनु पर्ने
Massively overcomplicated. You could see almost every over Rowan Powell was thinking about the matchups. Okay, 2 left-handers and have to bowl the off spinner. Well, hold on. Why do you have to do that? Lamachani tries to take on another big hit. I think he's got enough of this too. It's 6 more. Well, Sandeep Lamachani is there. The fans that have stayed on for Nepal are going to have some fun. He's flown to 16 off just 5. It was pointed up. One spinner takes down the other one.
Ansh Patel, he's going for a few runs thanks to Sandeep Lamichhane. Again, clearing that front foot and in the arc. He swings the hands well. Harsh Patel was just a spectator out in the deep. Another maximum. And they've all come off the bat of Sandeep Lamichhane.
Thought the googly was coming. You missed that live, sadly, but that's the one in the back of the hand because the previous ball was picked by Lamachhane. It was a leg break, and you could hit with the arc of the delivery. This time he tries to take it away, and it's a big swing and a miss. Cleanly collected by Mova. Another googly. It'll be a wide. Very sharp turn on offer there now. It's a bit rudimentary, isn't it? Lamachhane's technique. It's agricultural, but quite entertaining to watch.
All that matters is the runs can come. Oftentimes we complicate technique as well.
Variations,
Sometimes it's
bowling
just a matter of
variations
putting
राम्रो
bat
रहेको
to
छ
ball and scoring some. He's done just that, 16 off 7. And he looks like he's batting on a different track out there. Just the positivity and the flow of hands.
Well picked. He's realised that that was the googly, and despite the mix-up, they do get comfortably home for the single. Not sure why Jad didn't
next
run
single
immediately.
रहेको छ
28 to beat ball. It's good over for Nepal, but more like it.
Gulshan
109 for 7.
आज एउटा अनौठो कुरा देख्न पाइयो गुलसनले चाहिँ डिफेन्सिभ खेलेर सन्दीपले अट्याकिङ खेलिरहेका छन् एकदम अनौठो कुरा हो यो यसबाट चाहिँ सन्दीप चाहिँ T20 आईको लागि एकदम उत्कृष्ट ब्याट्सम्यान हुन् भन्ने कुरा प्रुभ हुन्छ र ओडिआईमा पनि उत्तिकै राम्रो ब्याट्सम्यान भन्दा नि अलराउन्डरको रूपमा हेर्दा पनि हुन्छ अब सन्दीपलाई चाहिँ उनको ब्याटबाट रन पनि आइरहेको छ र बलिङबाट पनि राम्रो फिगर ल्याउन सकिरहेका छन् उनले आज पनि एउटा विकेट लिएका थिए र मेबी आजको बलिङ अझै राम्रो हुन सक्थ्यो सन्दीपको बलिङमा अलिकति चुकेका छन् मेबी इकोनोमी अलिकति महँगा साबित भएका छन् सन्दीप आज तर ब्याटिङबाट उनले त्यसको क्षतिपूर्ति तिरिरहेका छन् Wow, power hitting, wow.
Lamachani showing positive intent. Can he get back on strike? He will be able to run back for 2. He's up a second.
त्यो power hitting आज देखिएको छ सन्दीपको
Good positive batting from Sandeep Lamachani.
एकदम रियर
Sped into double digits.
यो देख्न पाउनु
Really showing his side. How to bat on this track.
Wow. Power hitting एकदम राम्रो रहेको छ
It's a positive stroke, isn't it?
Maybe short selection
Difference when there's been a bit of pressure put back on Canada. They're still in complete control here.
अलिकति मिस
There's some fight being shown. It's being shown by Sandeep Lamachani.
तर power hitting राम्रो
That is going to be a dead ball. Don't think Sandeep Lamachani was ready. Almost thought about hitting it for a one-handed 6 at the end, didn't he? Here's the maximum into the leg side. It was a good strike. Both of them together.
एकदमै राम्रो छक्का
He's done well to clear that front foot, allow for some space to swing. He seemed very committed to the shot and he executed both occasions.
Really quick through the air. Clever bowling.
7 दिन जफर एकदमै राम्रो अलराउन्डर
Way across
Canada
towards the north of King City.
They're going the wrong
एकदम
way.
इकोनोमिकल रहेका छन् उनी आजको गेममा
No, they're safer up here.
ब्याटबाट उनको बल
Safer up north of the border.
ले रन पनि धेरै निकालेका
Gotta fly over Ohio, get further south.
Oh, it's a strange old world we live in right now. This one's cut away. I think it's going to be good for my health once this election is over down in the United States. I'm not sure how much more of it I can take. Follow it all a bit too closely. I'm always interested in my American politics. Is it such a knock-on effect? You'd see those effects here in Canada too, wouldn't you?
Globally, such an effect.
Leading edge squirts away into the offside. It's 4 from that over. Nepal, well, they're known as the cardiac kids for a reason. They never give you anything but heart-stopping moments. If they pull this off from here, might need the blood pressure device on my left arm. 29 bowled, 1-1-3 for 7.
पानी भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित
आजको निन्द्रा योभन्दा राम्रो गेम डिजर्भ गर्थ्यौँ हामीले एज अ फ्यान नेटफ्लिक्स फ्यान एज अ नेटफ्लिक्स फ्यान योभन्दा राम्रो गेम डिजर्भ गर्थ्यौँ हामीले This was totally devastating.
Well, there we are. We'll give you a big wave because it's been a long day. We are in the sun, as you can see. We can't really see what's going on. We've got some clouds around us. Manali's doing a great job, great to have her back with me. Andrew Leonard here alongside you. Namaste to everyone still staying up. I'm going to check my time in Kathmandu. It's always on the home screen of my phone. 3:05 a.m. And if you are staying with us at 3 a.m. back there in Canada, in Nepal, we've got to give you a lot of love, a lot of respect. And some warm thanks, some warm dandavads from us for staying with us.
धन्यवाद भन्दैछु
We're not sure where this game is going to go. Nepal have just got a bit of a partnership building thanks to their number 8 and number 9. Sandy Plamachani is throwing everything he can at Canada. And credit to Nicholas Curtin, he's not going to take his young wrist spinner to the attack. He's going to back him. With skills like he has, you can understand why. Another beautiful piece of bowling.
Incredible delivery, that. Right through the gap, sharp turn. Just jagging in past the leg stump. That is a lot of turn.
Could only see it in the second viewing. That was a stunner. And again, I don't think Gulshan Jazz picked that. So it's another googly, back to back.
This time he digs it out. But there's a lot of turn on offer for Ansh Patel. He's going to be watchful here. Gulshan Jazz, he's going to need to watch out for that sharp turn coming into him. There's a slip in place as well for the...
Manali's voices, thank you so much. Hearing from Sunil Sharma, watching on from Scotland on ICC TV. Nice to hear from you as well, from Ryan, who's watching on from the UAE, 1:29 a.m. He says he's not going to bed till it's all over. Certainly, there's serious passion out there, isn't there? Sujan Trestra watching on, saying, not the start we were looking for. The batsmen have to value their wickets more, and he doesn't feel as though that they are. I think that's probably a fair comment.
अब आशा भरोसा सबै करण केसरी गुलसन जाको
That's an
छानमा छ
interesting comment too, because they've been quite defensive as well. And the odd time that they've tried to be aggressive, they've ended up giving easy catches to the fielders. Nonetheless, it is quite incredible to see the support that the Nepalese come out with for their team. It's quite humbling to see how much you support your team.
Tucked around the corner by Karen KC. He's somebody again who, miracles that he's pulled off throughout his storied career for Nepal. You wouldn't rule him out having an impact on the game yet. Gulshan Jazz, very capable. For me, Nepal just picked the slightly wrong team today. They picked too many bowlers, not enough batters. Could probably easily see a team with both Arif Sheikh and Anil Shah in it. What that will mean, though, is at least one of Sampal Kami and Karen KC is going to have to miss out. And then, I suppose, who's the other one to miss out?
करण केसीको ब्याटिङ हेरौँ अब करण केसीले कस्तो ब्याटिङ गर्छन्
Clearly Gulshan Jazz, someone you want in your team. He's got great all-round skills. Could Kushal Malla come under a little bit of pressure potentially?
In 2 days' time, they play again on this ground. It's most likely going to be the same pitch as well. Do you reckon the changes are going to be against Oman? Very different side from Canada, a little bit weaker, I would say.
It's something actually we've been talking a lot about with the Irish and Scottish teams. That cover a lot of both of their national sides, and really great to be in Edinburgh last week for Scotland. Australia. It was a fantastic 3-match T20I series. Scotland didn't play nearly as well as they can, and it's something we were talking about at the end of the series with Doug Watson, their head coach, and he was very open to the fact that he thinks that they probably got it wrong. They were picking a lineup with Mark Watt batting at number 7. And Brandon McMullen was opening the bowling. He was batting 3. So already had 6 bowlers in the team. And then Michael Leask, who's a very capable off-spinner, didn't bowl the entire week. So he had 7 bowling options. You don't need 7 bowling options. It's handy to have 6. 7's a real luxury. Nepal had 9 today. Kushal Patel didn't bowl. Fans always want simple answers in defeats. There are no simple answers, but for me, they've definitely picked at least a bowler too many. 33 bowled, 1, 2, 3 for 8. That's not the only reason they've lost. They've been outplayed today. But I do question the balance of that side. Ireland, again, I think it's the same. Mark Adair at 7 is a spot too high. They're underutilising George Dockrell and Paul Sterling, and Curtis Campher and Harry Tector with the ball. They very rarely bowl.
नारायणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याङ्क 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजम
सानो सानो बचतले नै पुरा गरिरहेका हुन्छन् यी सबै आवश्यकता। त्यसैले सानो होस् वा ठुलो, हिमालयन ब्याङ्कमा गरेको बचतले नै पुरा गर्नेछ तपाईँको हरेक आवश्यकता। हिमालयन ब्याङ्क।
Balancing this side. That being said, they do also have home ground advantage, so
Then the leg side that will be given was a wide Heliger into his 9. And I agree with you, and I think they've done that balancing job after having some tricky balancing efforts in the Netherlands, where I think in one of the games, Dilpreet Badger bowled for the first time in the 44th over. Margat Singh was used with the ball. We haven't seen him yet today. Might actually be given a trundle with Coach Jai. So there's curtain bowled quite a bit too, didn't he? So there was times where the plans got complicated and muddied, and there was some cloudy thinking. Keep your game plan simple. Stick with at least your first game plan while things are going well. Big appeal here, and it's going to be 5. But what a day out Dylan Hayliger has had, and well may he celebrate. It's a first ever 5-wicket haul in one-day international cricket for the 34-year-old. He has trapped Ja LBW, and he's deserved every single bit of that. And the few Canadian fans that are here, they're outnumbered, but they're in big voice because they are just about to take a big, big win over Nepal.
Gulshan Jah, 15 off 27, and Dylan Hayliger, you have been an absolute beauty today. Good length that, just jagging in a little bit. And the umpire says that is out. Well, the Canadian boys, or the Maple Leafers, they're out there, they're celebrating, they look happy. Nepal 124 for 9.
DHI हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier home.
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल।
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजु।
Can't wait, won't wait. Some feast of fantasy.
DHI हजुरहरूको घरमा पनि धेरै खुसी ल्याउनेछ. Wishing you all a happier home.
चिल्लो प्लास्टर मात्र गरेको बाहिरी भित्तामा एसियन पेन्ट्स ड्याम प्रुफ लगाइहाल्नुहोस्। पैसा भन्ने कुरा जुनलाई पनि चाहिन सक्छ। ठाउँको ठाउँ पैसा पठाउन मिल्ने फोन पे त मेरो लागि एकदमै सजिलो उपाय हो। पैसा पठाऊ ठाउँको ठाउँ फोन पे डिरेक्ट नगद छोडौ फोन पे गरौ।
Can't wait, won't wait. Some feast of fantasy.
What? Top of off stump, mate.
The height might have been a little bit of concern there. Regardless, that's going to be the end. The end for Jai, who's out there for quite some time as well. And we're down to the last wicket here for Nepal.
Always going to be difficult for Nepal. Haven't played 50-over cricket in 7 months, all the way back to February 2024, when they hosted the first series in the return of ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. Did get one game in Sri Lanka on the preparation tour, and then they did play a 50-over game here, but that's not the same.
And it's unfortunate, isn't it, when you spend the time, the effort, and the money to go and get a training tour in before a very important series, and then to have it marred by rain. Well, you would know all about that. You were in Noida very recently.
Bad luck charm for some of that rain occasionally. The Irishman, always blame the Irishman. But, nicely bowled. Lalit Rajbanshi is a very defensive batter. He will just try and survive this and allow Karen KC to have some fun at the far end.
Not really sure we can blame you for that when you spend way too much time out of Ireland. Practically live on the road.
I do live on the road, pretty much, being honest. Somebody recently described me. I took this as probably the greatest compliment I've ever received, but then I realised they didn't mean in terms of looks. They said, "You're a bit like George Clooney, Lenny, aren't you?" And I said, "Oh, well, I don't think so. Bold as a coot, the tackle who die." They meant the up-in-the-air character in the film, where he played the man who accumulated more air miles than anyone across the North American skies. Great movie, that, if you've never seen it.
I think we had a conversation about movies the last time you were here.
Well, Up in the Air, particularly good one.
I'll add it to my list of other unwatched movies.
It's a belter.
I'm busy getting through the Frozens and the Inside
Are you
Outs.
still on the kids?
I'm still on the kids
are still,
movies.
They control the
Bluey.
Netflix or
I
the
mean,
Amazon.
the amount of Bluey we watch in our house.
I love kids, but I'm not sure I could let them take the telly away from me. That'll be my issue. Be like, sorry, we're watching the cricket. The 2-year-old would be saying to me.
You know what? My kids are not really into cricket.
Yet.
I hope it stays that way, in all honesty. I think we don't try and keep the TV on for too long anyway.
Exactly, get them out playing cricket in the park.
Exactly, you go out and you do things. You don't need to sit and watch it. Not at that age.
Play your cricket, watch your cricket, love your cricket. One of the great gifts we have. Interesting fielding position coming in. Bit of a leg gully. Harsh Thacker, that is. Rajbanshi's actually pretty canny with the bat. He's not going to get you runs, but he won't give his wicket away. I think the last bit of joy might be KC trying to bomb a few straight sixes, but Nepal have been, well, horrendously outplayed here. And I don't think either of us really saw this coming.
No, we're expecting a much closer contest, and I think the difference was those ladder runs that Canada put on the board. Had they been around that 200 mark, it would have been a different contest altogether.
For the moment, Rajbanshi survives. What a sensational spell it's been from Dylan Hayligger. He's bowled 9 overs. He's taken 5 for 30, his first 5-wicket haul in one-day international cricket, a moment in a day that he's not going to forget. I think there might be a few family members here to celebrate it with him. 34 bowled, 1, 2, 4 for 9.
स्ट्राइक चेन्ज हुनु पऱ्यो स्ट्राइक चेन्ज भइदिए अलिकति आशा जाग्थ्यो करण केसीले अलिकति अट्याक गरेर चाहिँ अलिकति अट्याकिङ खेलेर चाहिँ रन बढाउन सक्छन् भनेर आशा जाग्थ्यो तर स्ट्राइक चेन्ज भइदिएन र ललित जो अहिले छन् स्ट्राइकमा उनी डिफेन्स मात्रै गर्दैछन् स्ट्राइक चेन्ज हुन आवश्यक देखियो गेम त अब जित्ने आश त धेरै न्यून रहेको छ अब लगभग हारिसकेको गेम हो तैपनि हारको अन्त चाहिँ कम होस् भन्ने कामना रह्यो हाम्रो छन त अझै छ 98 बल छ अझै 10 ओभर 10-20 ओभर अझै बाँकी छ तर विकेट छैन हातमा जसरी पहिला चाहिँ विकेट एकदम छिटो गयो असंयमित भएर खेल्दा जसरी विकेट गयो त्यो एकदमै नराम्रो पक्ष थियो अब हेरौं करण केसी छन् स्ट्राइक
for the 8th wicket 40 that Lamchane and Kulshan Jha put on.
Kaleem Sana is the only one who hasn't picked up a wicket yet from all the bowlers used by Canada, so I'm sure he'll want to try and finish with this last wicket.
I was surprised KC's taken the single there. Partially as a show of faith in Rajbanshi's defence, I suppose, but partially that KC might prefer to try to get the spinners back on and then bomb a few down the ground. Just for a bit of personal form at this stage. This game is long gone. 129 more required. Some very glum-looking fans around King City here.
I think it also comes down to whether they want to bat out the overs or whether they want to try and go swinging. I mean, the contest is going to be pretty tight from here on for Nepal. They need 129 of 94 deliveries. That equation doesn't seem too big of a deal, especially with the introduction of T20 cricket. But when you're 9 wickets down...
I thought I was an optimist. Ali, this game is done, whatever Karen KC does. KC could hit a rapid 50 and merely be a footnote in a game that's been a massive win for Canada. And great credit to them. They waited a long time to get ODI cricket back to home soil. They played really impressively. They've definitely come in with some pretty strong game plans. They were criticised, and rightly so, about their performances in the Netherlands, but Kerm Chauhan, who was kind of thrust into that role quite late for that tour, might have had a little bit more preparation for this one. And Canada, in their home conditions, they're showing that they'll still be a formidable team, even without the leadership of Pupadu Dasanayake anymore, who ironically, from what we gather, we'll wait for the exact details, but I think he's going to be involved with the Oman setup. Well swayed out of the way of by Rajbanshi. So if you count USA, Canada, Nepal, and now Oman, it means Pupa Dassanayaka will have been involved in coaching capacity with half of the Cricket World Cup
राम्रो
played
बाउन्सर
too.
थियो
And he's shown great success too, hasn't he?
ललितले
Such an experienced campaigner. Had a chat with him recently as well, and he's going to do something a bit different. He's joining the world of franchise cricket. He's partnered up with one of the franchisees. He's got 5 tournaments lined up back to back.
So he's already been announced for the Zim Afro T10, playing a miss from Rajbanshi. And a lot of these franchise leagues now, there's kind of similar ownership involved, isn't there, in some of the teams? So there's, I think, a Sri Lanka T10 too. You can imagine the Nepal Premier League side, which we haven't really spoken about much yet, but that's filling the fans with a lot of excitement coming at the end of November with the 8 franchise teams. I don't think they've announced the coaches yet, but you'd imagine he could be a banker for one of them.
I believe he is one of the coaches there. Is he not? I'm actually not sure, but he did mention he's got 5 lined up. I don't know which ones.
टिकेर खेल्नु मेन समस्या मुख्य समस्या नेपाली ब्याट्सम्यानहरूको त्यो पनि सर्ट सेलेक्सन जुन पाए त्यही सर्ट हान्न खोज्नु चाहिँ मुख्य समस्या हो
Rajbanshi watches the rest of the over out and might just be a little bit of frustration in the late evening sun for Canada. The shadow's really lengthening. It's 1-2-5 for 9.
He did mention to me.
भण्डारणको लागि सबैभन्दा उपयुक्त स्टेनलेस स्टिल वाटर ट्याङ्क
ललित डिफेन्स गर्दैछन् गेमको पारी सम्हाल्न खोज्दैछन् तर विकेट छैन हातमा जम्मा यति विकेट हो बाँकी एकदम बलिङ ब्याटिङ दुवै तर्फबाट नेपालको चाहिँ बलिङ लाइनअप ब्याटिङ लाइनअप धराशायी हुन पुग्यो जसको कारणले चाहिँ यो हार बिहोर्नु परेको हो अब हार बिहोरेको भन्दा पनि हुन्छ सायद जित्ने चान्स एकदम न्यून रहेको छ हेरौँ कतिको अन्तरले हार्छ नेपालले आजको गेम सायद ओमानसँगको गेम राम्रो गर्ला भन्ने आशा गरौँ अब र क्यानाडाले ओमानसँग हारोस् र ओमानलाई नेपालले जितोस् यही कामना गरेर बस्नु पर्ला अब नत्र त उपाय नत्र नेपालको चाहिँ वर्ल्ड कपमा जाने चाहना ओडिआई वर्ल्ड कपमा जाने चाहना यहीँबाट टुङ्गिन्छ सायद र ओडिआई स्ट्याटस पनि रिटेन गर्न नसक्ला भन्ने डर छ नेपालले
And it could well be 6. No, it won't be. It was misjudged, really, to be honest. Ended up being a good effort from Akhil Kumar, but he came in when he needed to go back. And actually, if he just stayed where he was, he probably could have taken a couple of steps, pouched it there, and it all would have been over. Instead, KC survives, and Hayligger's robbed of what would have been a remarkable and a superb 6.
He's got 4 deliveries left here, Dylan Hayligger. And it was almost game over. Popping up in the air. Frustration for the bowler, frustration for the players. It's going to go down as a drop catch, a missed opportunity.
I don't think he ended up getting a hand on it, did he? Just a complete misjudgment. As Rajbanshi drives Hayligger, I'm not sure he'll like that too much. If he stood where he's quite deep there, backward point, probably 28, nearly 30 yards away. If he stood where he was and took 2 steps back, you always want your fielders to anticipate, so you can't discourage that. But he just got a bad read on the trajectory of it, didn't he?
I think it's a bit tough fielding where he is as well. The sun is directly in front of him. It's quite blinding to judge through the sun.
And it's a low sun now as well. You're spot on. He does have the cap and sunglasses on. Just a misjudgment. The way it sprung off the bat, he might have thought he needed to come in and dive forward, but that wasn't the case at all. And Hayligger, well, probably will never come closer to a 6-fer than that. Still has a chance. Can he get past Rajbanshi? What a day out he has had. Dylan Hayligger, sensational.
He still has 2 deliveries to come. He could still finish this.
I don't think he's going to throw that because he doesn't want the run out. He wants he wants a 6th wicket next to his name. Been a great servant, isn't he, for Canadian cricket? Dylan Hayliger, born down in Guyana, like Jeremy Gordon is his great pal. Probably not as quick as he once was, but still very effective.
ODI गेममा पेशेन्स एकदमै ठुलो कुरा हो जुन पेशेन्सले खेल्दैछन् ललितले त्यो एउटा राम्रो पक्ष हो ललितको र पेशेन्सलाई कायम राखिराख्नुपर्छ र राम्रो सटहरू राम्रो बल जुन बल अलिकति राम्रो हुन्छ त्यसलाई चाहिँ छानेर राम्रो सट दिन सक्नुपर्छ जुन डिफेन्सिभ मात्रै माइन्डसेट लिएर पनि त्यति ठिक हुँदैन हुन त एउटा बलरले गर्न सक्ने पनि त्यही हो डिफेन्सिभ माइन्डसेट लिएर डिफेन्सिभ खेल्ने नै हो एउटा बलरले गर्न सक्ने पनि अब ललितले टिप्नु पऱ्यो आफ्नो विकेटलाई बचाइराख्नु पऱ्यो र करणले रन बनाउनुतिर लाग्नु पऱ्यो
चिल्लो प्लास्टर मात्र गरेको बाहिरी भित्तामा एसियन पेन्ट्स ड्याम प्रुफ लगाइहाल्नु मेरो मोबाइलमा चल्छ यी सेवा
स्ट्राइकमा फेरि करण आएका छन्
maybe try to get through this over and then try to show us some of the big hitting exploits that we know he has in his locker. He loves hitting straight down the ground. Very listless Nepali performance with a huge amount to take from the batting.
Really going to have to go back to the drawing board here, Nepal. Especially because if they want to try and salvage this series, taking on Oman next.
Player ma ODI game ma Karan hard hitting gareka chan.
Larry Parrott gets it right into the hitting arc that he enjoys. Not straight down the ground, but still with a straight bat over extra cover. Couple of bounces and for his first boundary.
एकदम चाहिएको नेपाललाई
Kaleem Sana's looking for that first wicket. Instead, he's just hit for a boundary here. He hasn't quite found his rhythm today.
Boundary for Nepal.
And this sat up quite nicely for the batter, playing it through the line and straight down to that VIP section here at King City.
चाहिएको छ नेपाललाई अझै राम्रो गर्नु छ बाउन्ड्री एकदमै
I don't think it's bowled badly by any stretch. Just sometimes you have those days, don't you, where your opening partner at the other end gets all the wickets and you beat the outside edge several times and you can't seem to buy a wicket. Lots of messages coming in. Paraj Dungal watching on from Los Angeles. He says he's so disappointed with the Nepal batting effort, lacking game awareness and don't seem to have the aptitude for the fight. Also hearing from Amri Karla watching on from Kathmandu, 3:27 in the morning. Says it's always the same problem. They don't wait at the crease long enough. I'll be happy if they can bat the 50 overs, even if they lose. Well, it'll take a tall task from here, from numbers 10 and 11 to do that. It will matter little. Like this message from Santosh. He's watching on from Japan. He's watched every ball. It's 6:42 a.m. Santosh, I love your dedication. Might be time for some sleep.
I don't think he's got a wink in there. That's an all-nighter. I hope he's got no work tomorrow because he'll be sleeping at work.
Sunil is still hoping for a famous Nepal victory. He says the cardiac kids, if anyone can do it, they can. Sandesh is watching on from South Korea. There really is a Nepalese diaspora right the way across the globe. Raman Bhattarai watching on from Australia. You saw the scenes there in Texas. I was there in person during that Netherlands game. That was quite remarkable. It was hugely emotional too, wasn't it?
I was there as well, and it was mind-boggling. It was just a sea of Nepal, really.
A sea of blue, red, and for those with the New Jersey, gold.
The 4 lone Netherlands fans. But a little outnumbered there. But beautiful scenes. and an incredible facility as well.
I'm not sure how that's missed. Another one that somehow evades the stumps and the edge for Kalim Sana. 37 bowled, 1-3-1 for 9.
राम्रो पेसेन्स ललितको
Just
एकदमै
when I
राम्रो
thought I'd
पेसेन्स
heard of every single country that has been watching cricket on these, watching on from the United States, there are literally almost every corner of the globe being touched by predominantly Nepalese fans. Quite remarkable. They're not too happy right now, I suspect, given Canada's dominance. How much of it do you put down to Canada being really good today, and how much to Nepal being probably fairly under par?